looks really light in here, but it's actually 10 o'clock at night because that is the vibe. But guys, are you ready? We're doing it. So I'm totally making it a series that I'm going to do a vlog for each of these books. I'm like barely in frame. I'm just gonna hide. And Chibi Thick, this is my special edition too. I haven't filmed like book hauls forever, so like all of my like pretties you're just seeing in all the videos, but I have been wanting to read this since I finished reading Fourth Wing, because you know Rebecca Yarros is coming to Supernova in Sydney, and that is like 5 weeks away, 5 weeks I think, the ball and everything's happening, so I do need to get this read. But I read Fourth Wing and I feel like it brought me out of the slump a little bit because I was so excited to read that book, and it was great. I am excited. I know that her brother is alive. Slight for me. I want to know why, what's going on. Xaden and Violet are not in a good place right now, so he's got like some groveling happening, and again, Chibi Thick, some shit's gonna go down. But we are going into second year, and I do love the back saying the first year is when some of us lose our lives, the second year is when the rest of us lose our humanity. And it's like, Xaden, babes, are you okay? Because everyone still feels like really nice. Dane obviously is going to be like a wing leader and a pain in my fucking ass, but yeah, I'm keen. At least this intro is more promising. I want to kind of read. I don't, but I do, you know what I'm saying? The weird angle. That made a weird sound. Oh my god. So it's been like 2 hours. I've read 14 pages because I'm just that good. But I feel like I should update. So she's talking to Brennan. She's like, the fuck, mostly because why is he alive? Everyone's discussing her well-being and being like, nah, we have to lock her up, she's evil and blah blah blah, you know, all that kind of stuff. But it just seems like, not that he's said much, but somehow Brennan and his dragon just survived, but his dragon doesn't seem to really be invested in him right now. Like, he just must be doing his own thing, and he's like, well, it's fine. And obviously that explains a lot, because obviously Tarn is now Violet's dragon, so he can't be the other dude. You know, I'm so tired. I have to get up early and I'm gonna do that. And Xaden is really trying to be like nice to her and just saying nice things, and like Xaden's done something, like there's some ritual of like punishment that he's done so that he can claim Violet as his own or something. Like, I don't think it's not like they like secretly got married without her knowing, but he's done something to almost make Violet his property, and I think she's going to be mad about that, but he's done it so that I think they can't kill her. There's a thing going on, but I didn't read much. I'm hoping I'll read some more tomorrow, at least more than 14 pages, but I know I'm going to enjoy it because the first book was just so good. But I'm scared of this being over 600 pages. I'm really scared. You know, it's been a whole week since I read 14 pages of this book, and in that time I've read a third of 27. I'm doing so good. And you know what? I thought I'd come in here and like get the vlog happening again and try and read, you know, at midnight, because I make sound decisions. I feel like this book is going to take me forever to read because this is only 30 pages. My dog's here. but I feel like a lot's happened. Like, nothing's really happened. Like, they're setting up things, but just like the angst between Violet and Xaden, because I don't know who anyone is. It's great. They've already said fucking Dane, because fuck Dane. I'm glad everyone's on board that he's a dick. She had a bit more of a talk with Brennan and found out like how he survived and how she's like, you lied to me, blah, 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 blah. Like, she's never gonna forgive him, but she's also glad that her brother's there. They're all like, yeah, we're gonna do a better rebellion this time, but I just feel like they're just not prepared. Like, it's just not gonna be right. Like, there's 5 books. Some stuff's going to happen, I'm sure. But Xaden, boy's whipped. Like, he just wants her to forgive him, but he's not actively trying a lot. And I do hate that, like, they get back and then she's like, oh, well, you're gonna tell me everything. And he's like, no, everything about me. I'm an open book, but I'm not telling you about the cause. And I do like the way that she's like, hey, Tarn, tell Sagal that I want to talk to Xaden. And then he's like, oh my god, that's such a rigmarole. And she's like, well, it's a bit intimate, don't you think, talking? And he's like, well, we've been pretty intimate, and she's just like, shut the fuck up. And Adana's like not a baby anymore. She's black now. She's a black scale dragon who doesn't have powers. So now there's going to be a new power there. And she's very like teen angst, you know. So she's going to have a little nap and get better. But that's everything that's been happening right now. I can already feel that this vlog's going to be really long. That it's been like, what, 5 minutes? And I've only read 40 pages. But I'm going to try and read some and enjoy it. Oh my god, it took me like 40 minutes to read like 20 pages. I'm just beyond tired. It's 1:30 now. I did go on TikTok for a while when I should have been reading, but that's what I do. Oh my god. But okay, I'm annoyed because they can only see each other once a week, and like they couldn't even last 3 days. So these dragons are going to be like so horny but also in pain. So I'm not happy about that. As Aiden's gone for the moment, but I totally forgot that Liam's sister's meant to be coming this year, and I didn't think she was gonna like blame Violet for her brother's death, so that's depressing. But hopefully they become like a little unit and she becomes a part of the posse. But I feel like she's just gonna be bitchy for a while, but as long as she can get the letters to the sister, she's done her duty. But like also protect her. But like, I don't know how I forgot about this, but like it just makes me sad again because Liam's dead. You know, don't mind me because the light's awful everywhere I go, but I literally just woke up. Like, this is what my hair looks like when I wake up. But you know, in the mornings I like to just go on TikTok for a little bit because I actually have to get ready for work in like half an hour, and I saw the worst possible spoiler of this book, and I'm not okay, because I get it. I get why this cliffhanger is going to be awful. And I'm just, you know, documenting the experience because, of course, like, I see no spoilers for this series. And then the minute I start reading this series, things just start popping up in my For You page. And I've been able to skip most of them. But this one was just right there. This is going to, like, ruin the whole experience for me now. And I'm so sad. My god, this book has got me fucking so pressed, man. Like, what the fuck is going on? I just got up to page like 80 something. I had a bit of time to read this morning, and like, why the fuck is everyone trying to kill Violet this year? Like, she's just a chick, man. Like, why is everyone so obsessed with her? And I get that she's like, you know, the general's daughter and she's bonded to Tarn, but it's like, really, what is the pressing of this? Because bloody hell, like, they tried to burn like all of Fourth Wing and she got like burnt on the back, and then next minute this massive fucking Jack Barlow wannabe comes in and just kills Nadine. Like, excuse me. And like, I think she kills him. Like, I haven't gotten to that part yet, but it looks like they're gonna fight. But they're getting targeted and then like really making it obvious. So I'm just like, why? Like, I mean, obviously because she knows about the rebellion, but it just seems like it's not worth it, and she doesn't die people, so like, give up. But like, I'm getting so stressed, man. This is like over 600 pages, this book, and I'm already so stressed about like everything. Okay, we can definitely tell this vlog has been going long enough because I am now blonde. Blonder, but like, guys, I think I started this vlog like 3 weeks ago, and I've read 100 pages of this book, and it's not that I don't like it, but there is some things in here that I don't like because it is just, it's dragging, and it's only been 100 pages, and I feel like nothing has happened yet. Like, we need something else to go on, because I understand that it's all, ooh, there's a rebellion going, we have to make sure they don't know that we know about the rebellion because they don't know that we know that they know that, you know, like all this crap. And there's been a few attacks, and not just on Violet, on every one of the people that was there when all the shit went down in the last book. They're basically trying to assassinate them, but everyone's really strong fighters, so they're able to like protect themselves. But the thing that's just making this really painful is Violet's whole, oh my god, Xaden lied to me, so I can't trust him, and I can't be his partner, and I can't love him, and I can't do this, and he lies, and he doesn't tell me anything. And then Xaden's all like, and I do love you, and I want you to say you love me back. And I just feel like this argument is just gonna revolve and revolve and revolve because there is no communication happening, because I don't understand why she's so mad. Like, yes, he lied to you, but you are literally the general's daughter. Do you expect him to just flat out tell you about the rebellion that he started with your brother, who you could tell your mother about, and just trust you easily for considering who you actually are? Like, Xaden made the exact right decision, and like, it's not like it was a shock that it happened, but just when it did happen, it was like, a little bit, because I was just like, holy shit, like, this is where the story's going, because I found that the pacing does seem to be an issue in these books. Like, I enjoy them, like, it is a fun time, but it's just, the pace is so slow for so long, and then something happens that's like a bit more exciting. But I completely understand it, and it also makes so much sense where Xaden's coming from, because he's like, I trust you with my life and my story, but this doesn't just involve me. This is a whole rebellion of people who don't trust you, and you don't deserve to have their stories. And she's still going to keep going on with the whole, why won't you tell me everything? And it's like, there is a very legitimate reason here, girl, why he doesn't want to talk to you about this. I don't know where it's going. And like, obviously Liam's sister has come in. She does not like her at all. So I'm intrigued to see how that relationship pans out. She's slowly like pulling away from her friends, but she's also trying to find out things about the original dragons. Like, there is things being set up. But if this book is just going to be the one continuous argument, I'm going to like get so bored, and I think it's one of the main reasons I haven't been able to read it. And I do want to read some of this tonight. I'm going to, but I just procrastinate all the time. So I'm up to page 110. It's like 600 pages, so like I feel like this log is going to just take me forever. The hair's going to be down to here by the time this log's over. You know, I had every intention to read, and what did I do? I made a TikTok. So disappointed in myself, and it's like, it's a constant cycle because I just hate myself, but like, it's fine. But basically they're like kissing because she's all like, oh my god, his body, it's just, oh, it's too much. I don't care that he fucking lied to me, let's just make out for a bit. But I like that she's like moth to a flame, and I know that that's like a very common expression, but I'm just like, moth to the flame. I became a Swiftie when I didn't know that song, so I only know the re-recorded version. Rebecca Yarros has mentioned like Taylor Swift songs, so she's been writing Onyx Storm, so I wonder, like, was this on purpose? Because I like it. Layden's really got that riz, man. I do love that when he's like, I'll kiss you whenever you want, and she's like, whenever I want, and he's like, well, if I kiss you whenever I want, then we would just never stop. And I'm like, risen us up, boy. They're having the same fucking argument, but I love it. Coming back, but like, I want you more than I want to fuck you. Boy is whipped, and he like held this in for so long. He's like so feral for her, and I can't. I just have a premonition that this Varish bitch is going to just be like more annoying than Jack Barlow, because he was already annoying fucking enough. Still don't think we've seen the end of it. It's just, it was too easy. Like, he just got covered by rocks. Nah, he's somewhere. But I can't believe this guy Varish just thinks he's just like able to control everyone's dragons, and he can like have what he wants, and it's like, bitch, no. Like, it's a privilege to work with the dragons. You are not owed anything. I know Tarn's been like attached the whole time, like even before he bonded with her, because he was like, look at this human, she's like protecting my little baby, of course I'm gonna bond with her. But there's just something really sweet about the way that he was just like, I'm going to murder every bitch ever that's ever done anything to you. And like, he was like ready to kill them dragons. He was like, bitch, if you don't stop, because she did like 40 lightning strikes, and like her body's like on fire. But I just love, it was so sweet that like everything's happening and he just grabs her and just chucks her in the river, like he's just holding her under, like, cool down, cool down, cool down. Like, the stress, man. Like, I have to go to bed now. I only read 20 pages. And things aren't necessarily heating up. I mean, Violet's body internally is, but like, I need some more stuff to happen, because it's just senior again. I just need some more plot. They need to start developing some stuff. And I'm excited to keep reading. Will I though? Probably not. Yeah, my cat. What's he doing? Being cutie, where's your face? Yeah, do my vlog for me. Babes, do it for me. Just tell him. Tell him what this book's about. Do you have any thoughts? No? Oh, everything's, oh, you want it back. Okay. You miss it? Do you want it? Here you go. Do you have it? Oh, dude. Don't eat the camera. Oh, oh! You got your claw stuck in there, babe. Oh, he got his claw stuck. Oh, Jesus Christ. Is this still clear? Are you still good? Are you still there? I think I'm clear. Boy, he's like attack mode. But, point. I don't know how long it's been since I've vlogged, and I've read nothing. I mean, I've just been reading now, but I'm up to page 160, and like, it's the 6th of June. I'm very much fearing that I'm not gonna get this book finished before I meet Rebecca Yarros. And like, yes, I know some things about the end of this book, so like, basically, what is the point of this vlog anymore? Because like, I'm not gonna lie, but I still have some theories, but like, knowing some of the things that I know, I feel like I'm gonna think differently. Like, you know, I can't really have any theories about certain things, and I'm not happy about the things that I know, because like, I'm already seeing, you know, like bloody like snippets of like, you know, because there's weird shit going on, because like, obviously they're being singled out, they're being targeted, but there's also stuff going on in the background. So there's some weird stuff happening with the healers, and like, Rhiannon keeps saying there's something going on, and like, they keep talking about torture and stuff, and like, of course I've seen that Violet gets tortured later, so like, that's something that I'm not going to pick up the threads for like guessing. I'm just going to pick up the threads of knowing that that's going to happen, you know. Like, there's things like that that I'm like, TikTok, why did you do me so dirty? Like, I do want to read this book, but I think like, it's like, I don't think it matters what I'm reading, I just don't want to read. I'm having a meltdown, man, because I don't want to read. This channel is about reading, and I don't read. So like, what is the point of me anymore? Like, there's no point. But I have no will. Like, I tried to reread The Love Hypothesis, gave up trying to read this book, and like, sometimes I'm just busy, you know, but I just like, you know, it gets late, I just want to go to bed, I don't want to read, I just don't want to deal with it ever. And yeah, I mean, I will probably get to talk about meeting Rebecca Yarros in this vlog before I finish this book, and show her the tattoos I'm getting, because I'm getting one tattoo for the series, and I know it's not done, but I'm gonna do it. I'm getting a tattoo. What else has happened? They're keeping Xaden and Violet apart at the moment, and I fucking hate this trope, because I hate it when the main couple is torn apart, but like, it's in such an annoying way. Like, this dude, this Varish dude, so fucking annoying, I swear. And something that I'm actually picking up here, because obviously this is something that's going to be explained later in the series, but like, when they find recovered, like, you know, in the chapters when they have like this section where it's like, it's something that alludes to what's going on in that chapter, what's concerning me is all the recovered material. So like, is everyone gonna die? Like, all this shit got confiscated, they get killed, that's gonna be the end, it's all gonna be fucked? Or is it just like recovered because it's been like a gazillion years? And like, this is what historians think's important. Because the letters from Xaden have been recovered, and I feel like Liam's letters are gonna be recovered in some of these chapters, but I'm just like, what does it mean? Am I thinking too much? Like, am I getting like too stuck on the smallest thing? I don't know. But I feel like there's just going to be more annoyance, and it's basically, again, you know, because she's like, how can I be with Xaden if he doesn't trust me? Like, it's going to be that, them being targeted for being in the rebellion, and all the shit that happens at the end. I've talked a lot, guys. Azzy, I think he's calmed down a bit, but like, that's the update. Every time I get to the point where I'm like, I should update this vlog, it's been like, not days, but weeks. I don't even remember when I started this book. And I know this vlog is going to be the most boring thing, because I don't actually read. Like, what even is the point of this video anymore, because I don't read. But Supernova is in 6 days, and I haven't even hit the 200 page mark. There's no chance in hell it's happening. But the good news is I will be able to talk about my experience of meeting Rebecca Yarros at Supernova, and like, hopefully getting a photo with her. I want to get both my books signed, and there's like going to be so many people there that I'm going to have to wait in the line twice, which is fine. As long as I get Fourth Wing signed, I'll be happy, but I'm definitely bringing like both books, because I want my fancy edition signed. And then hopefully in a few years time she'll come back again, maybe, and I can get the rest of her book signed when like the series is finished and stuff. But I'm also excited because there's going to be like a panel where she's going to talk, and I'm thinking like it's probably a dangerous game for me to go to a panel where she's probably going to talk about this book. But hopefully, like, for the 2 things that got spoiled for me, I will be okay. Like, and I don't know, I feel like it's my own fault that I didn't finish this book, but I'm literally in like the worst reading slump of my life. And like, I don't say that lightly because I feel like there's just been this like feeling of me lately in the past couple of years like falling out of love with reading, and now I feel like I'm starting to fall out of love with my YouTube channel. But since starting this vlog, I have not uploaded on my booktube channel, and I only uploaded today because I was finally able to do my UK book haul, because I got all my footage together and I was able to actually do that, and it was all footage that was pre-filmed. I have not filmed a normal booktube video for probably 2 months now, and I just like, this is the worst it's ever been for me. And like, I want to read this book and enjoy it and read it quickly, but I just, my brain won't let me. And I know I'm enjoying it, and I know I'm having a good time, but I'm also like, I hate this. Like, I don't want to do this, and it's just making this so hard. And like, yes, this book is a drag because all they do is complain. Like, at the moment she's like at the garrison and she's seen Mira and she's like, oh my god, it's my sister, and she's still talking to Xaden about how she can't trust him. And I'm like, my god, this, like, it's gonna go the whole time. Like, I've talked blood enough about it, but it's gonna go the whole book, isn't it? It's my own fault is the point that I'm making. So I want to see her talk, because I feel like meeting her is going to be a very quick experience, because they're just going to have to get people through. Hopefully we can get photos with her. That would be great, because I would get like a photo the first time and then just get the second book signed the second time, hopefully. Lynette Noni's also going to be there, so I'm excited to meet her and get stuff signed. And she's going to be running the panel for Rebecca Yarros. Like, I think it's going to be a good time. Like, I figured out my game plan and I've written down all the times of things I want to do, and like, at this point, like, I know a few people that are going, but I feel like everyone's going with other people and like no one's going with me. So I'm just gonna do my own thing now. Like, I don't like doing things by myself, but it's like, I'm just gonna do my own schedule, go to the panels I want to go to, and I know that I'm gonna just hate being alone. But I don't want to miss out on the things that I want to do, and I don't want to rely on people when I don't know what they're doing. So that's where I'm about at. And yeah, couldn't even tell you really what's happening in Full Fling besides them just being annoying. Like, I know some people have not enjoyed this book, and like, I'm not alone in this feeling, but it's hard. Oh, fuck me, Dane is like the most annoying character. Like, girl knew how to write a fucking annoying little bitch, because like, he's trying to get Violet to talk to him and she's like, fuck off. Like, I don't want anything to do with you. So he's all like, okay, I'll just make you fight me. And like, when Xaden did it to Violet, it was like cute, you know, and sexual tension. But like, I haven't read it yet, but with Dane, it's gonna just be like, seriously, dude, like, he cannot take no for an answer, and it's not gonna be cute, it's not gonna be sexual. Fucking asshole. So they're about to have, you know, torture fun times, and of course Varish is there. Like, I feel that Varish is somehow more fucking annoying than Dane, and that's saying a lot. Like, that is saying a great deal. And my favorite thing, because there's only 4 of them there with Violet, Rhiannon, Sawyer and Riddick, is they all have like a secret that they have to keep. Well, not a secret, but there's a thing that they have to know that they can't reveal during the torture, but they also have to talk about a secret they each have. And Violet's like, so many, and everyone has a great secret, and Violet's like, oh, I know a good one. I'm in love with Xaden. And they're all like, girl, that's not really a secret, like, we all knew that. And Violet's like, no, you did not. And they're like, yes, we did, Violet, you don't hide it. So it's just so funny that she's like, oh my god, it's such a big thing, she said the 3 words. And it's like, girl, you are more obvious than you think you are. But I am not going to lie at this, because I feel like Varish is going to torture her, but it's not going to be the torture that people have talked about, because that's going to be awful. But it's good to have a bit of a laugh before it goes to shit. That had me stressed, man. Like, I am just so concerned, because like, that torture session was bloody bad, and like, Varish has it out for her. Like, it's going to be awful when he actually tortures her full blown. But like, Xaden was like ready. He was like, I'm gonna throw hands, like, I'm coming, I'm gonna be in there and I'm gonna kill this bitch. But then bringing Dane in to do his shit to them is just uncalled for. I'm glad they kept their secrets, and I'm glad they got out, and they're the first ones to do it in 10 years. So they're gonna be boss about it. But I hope they like don't have to do this too many more times because it's just awful. Okay, so I've slightly been taking under the weather today. Like I woke up this morning feeling like absolute shit, but it was really early that I had to start work, so I went to work, but then as I was walking around I just felt worse and worse and worse, so I felt like really feverish and I had a really bad headache, so I went home today. And it's annoying because I don't want to be sick for Sydney because like we have the ball and we have Supernova and all the things, but I feel like a little bit better at the moment because like obviously I spent like 6 hours just lying in bed before, and then I've been watching a bit of Grey's Anatomy, and I've already decided not to work tomorrow just because I know that if I go to work I'm probably going to start feeling worse again, so I want to make sure that I'm going to be at least okay by Monday so that I can like actually get through my shifts and stuff. But I decided that I should read a little bit, and the biggest bombshells just happened, and this is something I didn't know, but Jack Barlow's fucking alive. And I knew it because this little bitch was so annoying in the first book that I was just expected to believe that he just died from a mountain crashing on him. We didn't see a body, and really I should have connected the dots here that they were mending Jack. Like I don't know why I didn't see that even when they talked about the guy they were trying to fix. Like it should have clicked on, but I've been reading this book so jarringly that I probably just haven't had enough time to actually connect these things. But like is everyone who ever dies just meant to be alive? Like, is Liam just gonna come back at some point? He's just gonna be alive? Is bloody their dad just gonna be alive? Like, is it just gonna keep being like a big bombshell that these people are alive because mending's the thing? But like, this is just the most annoying turn of events because you got Dane being a fucking dick all the time. You got Barish who wants to murder all of them and just be a complete dick. He's got a bloody fetish for torture at this point and he's dragging and killing people. And then we've got Jack in the mix to just be a fucking tool. Like, I don't know even how Violet has the energy just to keep dealing with this shit. I really don't. The way that I find the perfect time to continue on with this vlog is at 11 p.m. at night, but so much has happened and no reading has happened except for 20 pages I read the other week. But guys, I actually feel like I need to just come in here for a second because I met Rebecca Yarros. Like, I started my 4th wing journey with my first vlog and I absolutely loved it to the point where I can now say I met Rebecca Yarros. Like, this is a photo of me getting my book signed and showing her my tattoos. Obviously, do you see my dragons? Tarn. I actually did figure out which ones I wanted them to be and now I forgot. I think that one's Adana, that one's Tarn, and that one's Sagal. I think that's the way I want to do it, but I got to meet her, show her my tattoos, and this vlog, I don't even remember when I started the book, but the slump is so fucking bad and I felt motivated after I met her and I read a bit on the train and like a bit of stuff has happened, like, you know, Jack Barlow fucking saved her and I was like, bitch, what the fuck? And because of the thing that I know, I don't trust any of this. Like, none of this is good. Like, he might be like a little bit nicer, but I don't think he'd be that good at faking it. So I feel like he probably is a slight little bit more decent, but like, boy better not get a redemption arc because he fucking sucks. It's all fake, right? Like, it's all bullshit is where I'm up to. Other than that, I cannot remember what happened, but yes, I got to meet Rebecca Yarros twice, so I have to show you because this very much pertains to this. But like, look, I'm covering it. Like, she held this and wrote my name, which, like, this book is fucking falling apart, but that happened. And obviously, where's my book? I got this one signed too. So it's like, oh, and I put this sticker in that I got from the thing. It says burn it down, and I'm like, the fuck does that mean? What? I don't know anything about no fire, but, and to me, thinking I would have had this book finished by this point, I met her a week ago and I haven't felt like reading. It's bad. Like, this is how much more that you have to put up with this fucking blog. Like, I don't think I've hit halfway yet, so I'm up to page 286 and the book has 623 pages, so I don't think that's definitely not halfway. like I'm struggling, and like the book isn't bad. I mean, like the whole having to argue the same fucking point over and over again is irritating, and the pacing isn't the same as the first book, but I'm like, I think I'm gonna give it 4 stars just because it has been a struggle to maintain my like wanting to read it, but also again for those reasons. But I am enjoying it, and like Xaden and Violet, you know, like they're having sex again, so like everything's right in the world, and like we're getting more info. Like I'm so glad that like Rhiannon, Sawyer and Riddick now know some of the things. Like obviously there's things that Violet still can't tell them, but I like that she finally has her friends there again to be her support network, because even though Xaden's fucking mad about it, it's like she needs a support network. You only see her once every week for like a second. She needs more, because Violet is very much like a people person. Like she just needs to have people around her to keep her sane, and because Xaden can't do that for her all the time, it makes sense. Like I'm so glad she's finally told them, and like they're going to be going through some shit here. Like I feel like if we lose any of them, like there's 3 more books that shit can happen, and we know that she doesn't have any problems killing people because we fucking lost Liam. I'm still depressed about that, but it's like anything can happen at this point. But like I feel like the one that would hurt the most is Riddick, because I love him. But yeah, so like that's where I'm at, and like totally plugging my Celestial Ball vlog, because I want to make a playlist, because I've got the Brisbane one, I've got the Sydney one, there will be the Melbourne one eventually. But like I really liked the vlog. I feel like it's really fun. It's ironic, like I'm still editing it right now. Like I just put all my music and stuff in, but I have to go to work early, so I have to go to bed in less than an hour, so like that's not gonna happen. But there is tomorrow. Okay, I only managed to read 20 pages, and you know what, I start work in less than 7 hours. That's just fucking shit. But like it's all happening because they go down to the archives in the special bunker thing, and they bring that like prince dude. And my favorite thing about the whole scene is how Xaden is just going fucking feral because Violet's like not right there. Like he is so protective, and I just love the bit where he's like, let me in the fucking woods, and he's like, nah bitch, it's making it so much more funny that you can't get to her. And then like the if you stay I stay, like they get the books out, and Alaric, or whatever his name is, gets his hands all burnt, and like the plan's going well until fucking Varish, man. Like this dude is such an asshole. But the way that it's like she's been caught with the journal, so it's all fucked. Like there's no way that they can just pretend that this is fine. But the biggest thing is like Markham, who is like the scrib dude, just completely fucking betrayed her. Excuse me. I'm hoping the plot's gonna get like up here, because this is one of the things that I had spoiled for me, is I know that Violet gets fucking brutally tortured here, and Liam's ghost of something, or like just her mind going crazy, manifests him. So I know that this is coming up, so like I need to go to bed obviously because it's so late, but like I'm not ready. But I also thought this was going to be like part of the conclusion to the book, so I'm like, why is there still half a book left if they're just gonna fuck up everything, and the school's gonna know, and they're gonna be bloody trying to find them, but she's being cut off from Tarn. Like everyone's gonna be freaking the fuck out. I'm like not ready for this. But I also hope, because I know that it happens over a few days, but like why wouldn't Xaden have come back earlier, or Tarn tries to like burn the building down? Like there should have been people trying to get her out 100%. I feel like this is such a fucking awful angle, but we're going with it because I finally started reading. I am so bad to say that it's been like probably 3 weeks since I last vlogged. This vlog is going to be the longest thing in existence. And like I promise you, I like the book. I'm in just the worst reading slump of my freaking life, but I picked it up tonight, and now I've been singing on TikTok for a bit, but I will read a little bit more, because like holy shit, like the whole torture sequence, and like Liam, oh my god, like I really hope that he's somehow real. Like she has an ability to talk to dead people or something. Like I know she was cut off from Tarn at her signet, but like she's meant to have another signet, right? Because she's got 2 dragons, so it makes sense that she would have 2 powers. Like I hope it's a way to just keep Liam in the story, because Boo helped her so much, and like she didn't break, but then fucking Dane, fuck that guy so much. But I do like that he still chose to save Violet, and he's basically flipped now. But I don't know if I trust the dude, because like his daddy is a bad guy, and you know he could be just like spying. But like thank fuck Varys is finally dead. He's been the fucking bane of my existence this whole book. So thank fuck that dude died and Violet killed him. But like Xaden, like to find out that he had deserted days earlier and then he's come in and he's fucking killing everyone, and he was so sad to see Violet like that. Like I know no one wants to see the person that I love like completely tortured and fucked up, but like poor boy. Literally when she was like, what about everything? And he's like, I don't fucking care about anything else besides you. Like he would always pick Violet, and I think it's very interesting. Like I feel like we knew that, but it's interesting for him to fully say that it's like, I don't care about the rebellion, I don't care about anything, I care about you. And the way that he's like, you know, I'm not a decent person, I'm not sweet, I'm not nice, but I would burn the fucking world down for you. And that is the difference, because Dane would kill her to save the world, but Xaden would destroy the world to save her. Like that is the whole mentality of everything. It just made me so happy when he's like, I'm in love with you, like I love you, you're the point now. Like I have loved that we are bonded, I love that we are together, I love that we would die together. And then she finally said I love you. Like they're gonna fuck when she is healed, that is coming. But like the way that everything's fucking imploded right now, because there's no way that they can just pretend that everything's fine. They're gonna be like in full battle mode. There's gonna be no more school. Like the school part of this book is done, and they've just got to make sure they get everyone out, fuck up everyone that they can right now. And they have one journal. I don't think they're gonna get the second one now, because it was just like the fucking panic when it was like, oh my god, they know. And honestly, Varys and everyone knew a lot more than I thought they would. Like they pieced it together, and I know that they're like war dudes and they know these things, but like I was pleasantly shocked. But it is kind of funny too, because it's like they're only like second and third years and they're all like, we're gonna totally like trick masterminds at this thing. Like it's just a bit funny. But I will read a little bit more. Like I've read 20 pages, but I want to read a little bit more. Okay, I'm back. It's like 1:30 in the morning, but like I was reading at TikTok, but I made it a part 2. I feel like this is important, so I feel accomplished finally. But her mum was there, and like, I don't know, she was being kind of nice. Like, I don't think her mum's evil. Like, I've never really thought that in the book. Like, I thought it was just because she was, like, the commander and she lost her husband and, like, you know, she's, like, really important that she can't show favoritism to her kids. But I didn't think she was evil. Like, I expected her to know about all the things, but I didn't think she was, like, pro, like, fucking everything up, really. Like, I like that she cares that her children are safe, and that's what I think is important. Like they are going to be fighting against her, but I think there is going to be times when she lets them go, or she's going to help them in subtle ways, but still be the commander that she needs to be. Like I feel like that's where it's going to go. And I still think there's a reason that Violet has silver hair, so it's like, bruh, give me the answers. But I really appreciated that she was so concerned that this had happened, and she needed her to know that she didn't know. Like I feel like she would have come back and fucked Varys up if she had known. But something interesting is she made Xaden protect her in the first year. And I was like, oh my god, she's going to be fucking mad about this, because she's like, Xaden doesn't love me because she made him protect me and do all these things. And this is why it's interesting that he moved to help her in Threshing, because I thought it was because he kind of liked her, but it's because of the deal that he made, which again, it just had so many levels. Like I was still thrown when he made that move in the first book, so to have a bit more context to it is like really good to have. But it seems like she's not mad at Xaden, like she still likes him. Like I love the bit where he carried her out too, it was so cute. But I do like that they've managed to get 200 dragons into their cause plus 101 riders. So, and like Brennan's like, what the fuck? Because like they got the fighters now, and even the teachers, like some of them are like, yeah, let's go, we're coming too, like we want to be a part of the shit. And like some of the scribes came as well. Like I love it. So now it's just going to be all like war, 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 but like I'm very happy with what I read, and it's got me intrigued again. And I'm just hoping that there's not going to be any more freaking same arguing and it being slow. I'm tired again because it's 1:30 in the morning. I promise it was yesterday that I talked to you last. I'm actually trying. Like, look, there's progress being made. There's still so much fucking book, but progress has been made. But, I've probably only read like 20 pages, but I think it's really funny that, like, you know, they were all like, you know, everything's just going to shit. It's all like, oh, everything's broken, we're not going to be at school anymore. And you know what? They're still doing school. They're still like, well, you've brought all these cadets, so we're going to set up a school now in the new fortress. And I'm just like, really? Really? Nothing's changed. And I do love which professors came. Like, I don't know why, but it just made me so happy the professors like, thank fuck, people finally know we're coming. We're going with it's happening. But I also am sad because Adana just woke up from her dreamless sleep and her wings don't work and she's never going to be able to bear a rider. Like, excuse me? Like, it's so sad that she's just there for like companionship, but she doesn't get to fly, and they're going to be able to like hopefully get her wings working so she can fly. But Violet feels so bad because she feels like it's her fault, but it just makes me sad. And like, I hope eventually, because we've got 3 more books, she will be able to like fly Violet. Like, something's going to happen to Tarn and then she's gonna have to get Violet out of there, or something's gonna have to happen there, and it's gonna make me emotional. But I just feel so bad for her. But damn, girl's even more of a snotty teenager. Like, she is snapping at everything that Tarn says, and he's not wanting to have to deal with this. Like, she's not their child, yet she is. But it's getting slow again, and like, I don't know, like, I liked how it was just like, you know, getting shit hit the fan and now we're slow again. And I'm like, am I gonna want to read? Probably not. Totally the segment of me being tired as fuck again. But it's been a few days. I don't know, it's been some amount of time, but I've read a little bit. Look, it just feels like it's not getting any better. I'm eventually going to get this book finished. But basically what has happened is Mira has been brought to the rebellion by Xaden, and you know, she feels shitty that she didn't believe Violet when she was trying to bring up the Vernon and all this stuff. And then Brennan comes down and she's just like, what the fuck? Punches him, clocks him right in the face. And yeah, you know, tensions are high, but the Sorrengale siblings are together again and it's cute. Kind of want their mum to be there as well. Like, it's suspicious that they gave them a choice to leave, that I kind of feel like there's a spy in there. Like, some shit's gonna go down, obviously, because of what we know that happens at the end of the book. Something has to go fucking drastically wrong here. But I don't know, like, I don't know, like, I feel like I'm on Team Mum now. Like, she's still an asshole and has not made good decisions, but like, she loves her family and that's like her whole thing. But also Violet was so excited because she's like, oh my god, like, I can make the wards happen. And then like, they tried it and it didn't work and she felt so disappointed. But something that really made me happy is the way that everyone else let go of the stone and then Violet let go, and Xaden, like, he just was holding it. Like, he was still had his hand on there. He was like waiting for her, and he let go once she let go. But he was like, I'm not giving up. Like, I'm Team Violet. I feel like this is gonna work. But like, that's just a supportive boyfriend right there, okay? Very supportive. Guess who's back once again. And you know, I don't know how long it's been. You probably know how long it's been because you saw me around a minute ago, but I haven't finished this book. I'm still up to where I was before, and I actually don't remember what happened last. I haven't read anything, and this vlog has been going for months. It's been months, okay? And basically, Magic Readathon, it's September, right? It's September. Magic Readathon is happening at the moment, and I put this on my TBR to finish, and it is already the 5th of September. And nothing in me wants to read this. I'm actually editing a vlog at the moment, and I was like, I will read while it renders, but I was on TikTok for half an hour and now it's got 18 minutes to render. Still need to upload it, but like, my plan was to read, and I haven't read. But as I said, nothing in me wants to read this. Like, I have no will to read this book. Clearly showing how long since I've used this camera too, because my battery just died. But yeah, Fourth Wing was so good. I'm like, I moved. Let me get this back into a good position, like it looks bright. Yeah, Fourth Wing was so good. And like, the high of meeting Rebecca Yarros in June and all the things, like, there was so much. And I just wanted to read this book, and you know, Onyx Storm's like literally out in like, what, 6 months? But I just, like, you know the reasons why I'm struggling, but I didn't expect to struggle this much because it's not bad. Like, it is quite slow, but it's going to be 5 books, so there has to be a bit of pacing that's going to be slower here. But I don't want to, and I know I'm 57% of the way through this book. I fly out on the 17th, but I go to Sydney on the 16th. I really only have 10 days to finish this book, and most people would be like, that's a piece of cake, that's easy. Not me. It takes me like, I like feel accomplished if I read 20 pages of this book in a row. And I do want to finish it for my degree readathon, and that should be a motivator, but like I don't want to do it. This angle really works, doesn't it? Come on, camera. Get yourself. Oh, there we go. So, I read 10 pages yesterday. I really thought I was going to accomplish more, but then as sat on me. What are you meant to do when your cat sits on you? Just give up on everything. That's what you're meant to do. I got a vlog uploaded yesterday though. What happened in the 10 page? So like I keep forgetting they're trying to get like a weapon maker thing. So they've gone to this other place. And of course that cat person who's like an ex-girlfriend of Zayden's is there. So she's all like, I get why you've been here so often, Zayden. And it's definitely clear that Kat still wants him. So she's stirring. And obviously Zayden only has eyes for Violet, so it's not a problem, but Violet obviously just can't communicate and make it a conversation that they can just easily have, and she can't just seem to trust him. Seems to be the gist. But I feel like this storyline might last a little while because I don't know when they're going to get into things. Like I feel like it's just going to be like a big battle soon, and then the book's going to end, and the thing that happens in the end is going to happen, and I'm going to be depressed. But it's earlier, okay, like I say it's early. It's 3 o'clock. And I'm going to try and read some now, actually do some reading, and then all I have to do tonight is like cook and meal prep and stuff, and then I might watch some TV. God, I love Zayden so much. Like this cat bitch, even though I know a lot of people named Cat that I like, not this one. She is so annoying, and like I think him just kissing her in the middle of everyone was a good move, but I didn't realize that she's like heightening Violet's emotions, so she could have bloody gone off and used her powers and bloody killed her, and she just doesn't know. Like I don't understand why she has to be so meddling. But really Zayden knows how to say a good thing, because I just love this. I can't fucking breathe when you're in danger. Like it's so simple but it's so powerful. But this really pissed me off, right? So he's there like, I know we're gonna fight later, but I'm really sorry. I've been really protective of you since resin, and also since you were being tortured, but you can't blame me for caring that you're in pain and wanting to protect you. Because I hated it when she's like, you're just like Dane, and I'm like, bitch, no, he's not. Even though Rebecca did say at the panel that Zayden and Dane do the exact same things, we just like Zayden because he's hot, and I do not agree. Okay, I do not, because I understand, but Zayden is doing it from a real place of love. Like Dane was doing it from this like supposed idea that he deserves her love, which he doesn't. But at least he didn't betray her right at the end, but he still sucks. Like I'm glad that he still hoped to get out of the interrogation thing, but I think it's very valid. And I like that when Zayden's like, okay, now you say your bit, and she's like, I'm not sorry for anything I've done ever. It's like Zayden's really trying, like he is changing because he's trying to be better for you. Yet she can't give him anything, and this is, so I think it's Violet. It's pissing me off more than anything in this book right now, because she just won't stop. Like I know that he lied to you, but you can see why he had to, because you're infuriating. Like I loved Violet so much in the first book, and she is amazing, and she is an amazing character, but I hope that she gets over this shit soon, like for the love of everything. Oh my god, I feel like so much is just happening in the shortest span of time. She's all ready to like show her abilities off, to try and get negotiations happening, and like Mira comes down with her because she's like, Zayden, nah, you're gonna like mess it up, even though they didn't want Zayden down there. Next minute there's a Venom just chilling in this crate, and now they have to fight off one of the enemies, and it's just awful to think that this dude that's literally second in line to be the king of the whole kingdom just keeps them for sport. Like there is serious issues and people are dying, and he keeps them for sport. I hate that, but I like the way that Mira was able to like make a shield, and then she's like passed out, but then she's freaking out because like Mira and Brennan are down there on the field with her, and she's like, I don't want them to die. And Zayden obviously is trying to get to her, but she's like, no, the negotiations won't happen if you help me, so I'll try and deal with it, but come down if I'm gonna die kind of attitude. And then Tarn comes, and I love the way that like she electrifies all the water, and then it like dies because like Tarn lifts her up, and then it burns. It was like such a moment, but that was like really intense. Like, and the book's been like so boring, so it's nice that there's like a little bit of like, oh, I need to keep reading to see what's going to happen. But now negotiations are going to start, and hopefully they can like leave and it will be okay. Okay, I haven't read for a little bit, but I am going to read because Kat's just starting her sprints with Sasha, so like they haven't come yet. Like it's 7:30. Where you guys at? Come on, come on. Ha! I got an ad. Where? Why do I get, oh my god, why am I getting ads? What's happening? Can I say I'm pretty sure Kat's going to be reading Iron Flame, and I will be too. So it's finally like the reading time. That's only 15 minutes left, but it was fun watching Kat and Sasha talking about things. They'll be back in a little bit, but I'm reading a bit more. And you know what's funny is Kat has been making these little TikTok vlogs of Fourth Wing and like all these different things, and there's so many things that she's like thinking of that I did not think of at the time. Like they're things that I should have been connecting and I just didn't. So I'm sitting here being like, oh yeah, like it's bonding time, and now there's going to be more politics because now the Griffins and the Riders going to work together. You can see where relationships are going to probably form, but there was this like young little weak one who was like so tiny, and they're like, oh, she's like a mini Violet. I should have clocked it then that this girl was going to die like 5 pages later, and it was so sad because she was too little to make this jump and Violet couldn't make it either, so they found a way to do it. Then she slipped, knocked into Violet and another cadet, so then Violet's hanging off the edge of this cliff holding both of them. Then the Griffin picked up the rider that was holding Violet's arm to get to his person, but then she dropped, so like trying to save her, he saved someone else. And for Griffins, if their rider dies, they also die, so it's a little bit different in Dragon's Law, because like for a Griffin they only bond once. So that was like really sad, and like so her Griffins, they're dying, and then Kat is coming in again being like, this is your fault. And then her best friend, like her name's like Marin or something, I like her, she seems to have a good energy, and I don't know why she's friends with Kat, because Kat just seems like the worst person ever. She's like defending Violet, so I like that they're already sort of bonding. But then Riddick had to get shot, and it's like literally at this point, if anyone dies, I feel like I'm gonna care, but it's like Riddick is the one I care about the most, because I love Riddick so much and I love his comedic timing and he's a great character, and I just never want him to die because he's so cool. But now they're being attacked by wyverns, and like, you know, her shoulder popped out and Dane popped it back in, and now they're like fighting and stuff, and I'm just like, my god, it never ends. Like, I like that we're just getting some like energy happening at the moment, though. It's good. Okay, progress is being made because I've read like 60 pages today. I feel accomplished. Like, it's getting better, but oh my god, we're getting back into like War College vibes, because like all the flyers and them have to like work together, and it's all like, yeah. And now they've just said, we're gonna make it like War College now, so you guys are gonna have to adapt, but we're giving you one chance to beat the fuck out of someone so you can get your anger out. And we know what's gonna happen. We know it's gonna be Kat is going to be like, violent, I want your ass. So we're just here watching the fight. But it's interesting because she's noticing that she fights exactly like Xaden, so I think she's going to be able to anticipate her moves. But Kat is a bitch, okay? She's annoying. I don't like her. Like, we just have to apparently have an arsehole to replace the arseholes every time, because at first it was Jack, and then it started to be Dane, and then it had to be Varish, and then it was Jack again, and then it was Varish, and then Varish died, and now we have Kat. Like, there has to be someone who's just shitting on Violet. Like, that's the only way this series works. Like, who's gonna be next book? Like, seriously. And they're gonna be in their 3rd year next year, but obviously things aren't gonna go great because there's gonna be war, and you know, people aren't gonna be who they are anymore. It's annoying, but I am getting so close. I feel like I will get this finished now. Like, I feel like it seems like more of a possibility. Like, I feel like I have like 170 pages left, and it is the 6th today, so I have 9 days to finish this book. So I'm really going to try and read it over the weekend, and yeah, work and read, that's going to be my life. But hopefully this vlog will finally be finished, because I have no idea how much footage I have, because this video has been going forever. Okay, you won't believe it, but it's only been a day and I'm actually reading. So we got the whole conclusion of the fight with Kat, and my god, she trash talked the shit out of Violet. I did not appreciate it, but it was also giving Tamlin Ming, or like, oh, do you know that like little sound she makes when she, and like they shut that shit down. Like, I get that Violet was really mad too, but I feel like she was being very restrained. But then Kat using her powers, the one rule was to not use your powers. And it's good to finally have a bit more information about why she thinks such a dick, because alliances makes much more sense, because it seemed like she was just being a tacky ass ex, being all like, you took my man. She just cares about power and his name, and it's great to know, because he's never gonna pick her. Like, pretty much Violet is the only person that's gonna ever be that important to Xaden now. But it's funny that she just keeps trying. But girl, no means no. But then we had that throne scene, And I was like, damn, because I realized, because it's been so long since I've read this book, that it's been that long since I've read one of the sex scenes. So I was kind of like getting to the point where it was just like, a lot of it was like fading to black. Like a lot of it was just being, oh, like, yeah, like he totally blew my brains last night. But like, this is like a scene that we got. And oh my God, the way though. This is what Sarah J Maas should have given us on the throne scene. Like, why has she not done a throne scene? Like, I'm really having like Sarah J Maas and Rebecca Yarros on like the same pedestals at the moment, because they write so well. And like, yeah, sometimes that's not the best written thing ever, but for me it's about how the characters in the story makes me feel. But I love them so much, but I feel like we're having a little bit of like a calm, sweet time, and then everything's gonna go to fucking shit. I just love it when they actually talk to each other and talk through shit, because I am really starting to realize that Xaden isn't the problem in the scenarios here. It's Violet, because she's just not asking any questions and only thinking about herself. Xaden having the line saying, don't imply that there is any other future except you and I being endgame, and just Rebecca, don't fuck it up. Do not fuck it up. We're only at book 2 of 5. Do not fuck this up, because like, I talked to you and I met you in person. I did not mention anything about the series, but we've had a connection, so do not. Okay, so I'm just starting chapter 49, and I like that there is an Arteria Accord, because every chapter starts with like a little bit of the lore and the information, because, you know, it's a whole big story that they're retelling, because this clearly happened millions of years ago and everyone's gonna die and it's gonna be depressing, unless they can hide from history. That happens sometimes. But I like that it's like there's an accord, so like we're seeing the beginnings of this partnership working, but we know that they managed to work together. Like, they obviously have to really work through all of the like centuries of fighting and prejudice and just, you know, bias and everything, but I like that there seems to be like an even ground eventually. Like, the world isn't going to end, but are they going to die saving the world is my main question. Oh my God, Dane, stop it, because he was literally talking to Violet, and they're finally having a bit of a conversation about the things that happen, and she doesn't forgive him, but she's a little bit more understanding. But the way that he's just like, yeah, after Xaden's like really big love declaration after the interrogation, I'm kind of in love with him too. I don't want to like him. Don't do this to me, because that was funny. He doesn't deserve redemption because he sucks. That was so funny. So tired. It's like nearly midnight, but I'm trying to read. I'm only up to page 494 though, and this book just feels endless. But I just finished chapter 52, and I'm just not getting a good vibe here. Like, I mean, I know what's gonna fucking happen to Xaden, and I'm not okay with it, but there's this whole, like, you know, they're going off to do this like mission thing to test out their skills, and Xaden's there, and then she's like gonna try and tell him about the wards, but then she's like, I'll tell you when I get back, like, I'll tell you what we need to do. But it just kind of is giving, she's not gonna fucking see him. There's gonna be nothing to come back to, because he gon' be gone. And I'm not keen, because it's just like, she's told him that it's about the dragons, and I'm hoping they don't need to like fucking kill dragons for this, but it's like it just doesn't, it feels ominous. Like, it feels like they're never gonna see each other again until she has to see him as a venom. I kind of want to stop now, because like every time I feel like it's going to be like the end thing, but then it hasn't happened yet. And of course she's on a team with Kat. I like that Sloane's there, and there's this other girl like called like Vassar or something like that. I don't know who she is, can't remember, but I'm not keen. I'm really not. Okay, it's been a few days, but I'm finally reading again. I haven't got to the point where I have less than 100 pages to go, but like, I'm getting through. It's just taking a long damn time, but they're doing this like team building exercise, and Kat's with 3 dragon riders, so she's being obviously a bit standoffish, but I've liked the little bit of bonding, because Sloane and Vista, I think her name is, are also there, but it was nice to see a little bit of bonding and a little bit of just like actually talking to each other was nice. And then Soulless just comes out of nowhere, and now they're stuck in a cave, and Tarn can't get to them because they're in a cave, and Adana's down there, and Kat's Griffin is down there. And I'm sitting here for a second like, oh my God, Varish is alive. And I've forgotten the fundamental part of this series, that if your rider dies, the dragon doesn't die. So Soulless is just there because he's pissed off. But they need to kill this dragon, because he keeps coming up, and it's just like, back off mate, we don't need you, like, you're just annoying the plot. I'm like stressed because like they didn't all make it. Vara or Vasta or whatever her name, Vista. I just like it's Vista. I've already forgotten, but she died. She just got smacked and killed instantly. But that was like a whole interesting thing. Like I feel like a lot happened. I feel like Kat and Violet have a bit of an understanding now. Like I appreciated that she was still in the room with the healer, just making sure that she was okay even though she still hates her. That was fun. We find out that Sloane is a siphon, so she's got a very deadly ability. But I guess that means she can't turn into a Vannon because it is her power, so it's different. But she started to drain Violet and that was a little bit of stress. But then Adana comes in, kills Soulless, and I wonder if this is a problem. Like, is there a code that dragons can't kill other dragons because they're meant to fight together? They're not really meant to fight each other because it's always been dragons versus the griffins and now them versus Varnon. But I wonder if she's going to get in trouble for this. Like there's going to be some retribution that Tan's going to have to protect her from because he called her a slayer. Like, I'm concerned for her. Like, this whole showdown is a mess. And this is one of the things that I knew. I knew that Xaden could read minds because that got spoiled for me. So it was kind of fun throughout the book because all the times that Violet's like, oh, I said that out loud, did I? Like, girl, how many times did you say that and just not realize? But this is just a whole freaking moment, right? Because I've seen people talk about this, right? Because it's really interesting because with the dynamic between the mates and Xaden and that is like a lot of the time the dragons will pick each other because we know that Tan picked Sagal because he lied about the rebellion when he could have easily told her when he knew all this information. But it's so interesting that Sagal picked Xaden because she kept this from her mate. And that's just a devastation in itself because Tan feels like he probably can't trust Sagal anymore because they have this important bond and this has happened, and Violet hasn't had to make a decision between Xaden and Tan because she hasn't been in a situation where something could happen that way. And oh, I know what's going to happen with Xaden, and I have a suspicion that he's going to pick Violet over Sagal in the sense that because he becomes what he does. But this whole conversation is just a whole mess because it's so sad when he's asking, like, how long do you think it takes to fall out of love with someone? And Violet's like, I don't understand why you're asking. And then the minute that she finds out that he's known way too much about her, has known all of her thoughts and her feelings, and like, I know he sees the intentions, but him knowing these things that could have easily changed the trajectory of their relationship, I don't think necessarily that she's fallen out of love with him. She's just in shock right now. But the way that he's like, in less than a minute, and I'm like, they're going to be together. But I don't like that they're just dropping this fucking bombshell. And then he's going to become the thing. And I'm up to page 523. And I know that this book has 100 pages left now. So there's going to be like some battling and some drama. I hope they can still work together. But I don't know how Xaden gets to the point that he becomes, you know, but I'm curious about that still. But at least I've gotten used to the idea that it's not going to like kill me until I get to the next book. Okay, something that has been bothering me is that like every time it seems like there's going to be like a big battle or a big moment, it just dwindles out. So when all the Weirven were like coming and there was like 100 of them, but then they just like hit the wards and die, so they all left, and I'm like, okay, where's the drama? Like, this book has less than 100 pages to go now. Where is the conclusion that's going to F us up? Because, I mean, we've just found out that the wards haven't been done properly, so there's obviously something else. Because I feel like it seems very easy. I was going to touch on this before, but I'm sorry. There's, like, a massive hole in the sky, and you don't think that dragons should, like, blow fire on it? I'm so confused. And I feel like maybe there's, like, another type of dragon that they need to use to blow fire on the thing. Because, like, yeah, the 6 of them did it. But there might be like more breeds of dragons now, so maybe there's like another one that they need Adana to breathe fire to actually get the wards working or something. Like, there could be a little something there. I feel like they could have easily figured this out without a translation. Like, they could have just done a lot of trial and error and it just would have worked. Like, this seemed too basic and easy for spending the whole book trying to figure this out. Okay, just dropping a theory here. Like, there is things obviously I know about the story, but I haven't really been theorizing as much because there's not really that much I'm thinking about. I'm just wanting the book to be over. But this whole idea of the breath of life of the 6 and the 1 combined is making me think that there's a 7th person that has to be involved. But what if, like, by making the wards they had to sacrifice themselves and siphon? Like, what if the 6 are the major leaders of the Varnon now? That they actually became the enemy to make the wards. What if Xaden, to save Violet and everyone else, siphons to make the ward happen, and that is the reason why he becomes what he becomes? Maybe there could be some sense of like there can be a cure because he became what he became for a good reason, not for like selfish reasons. Like, I don't know if this is anything, like I'm sure they will figure out a way to do this, but I just wonder if it's like you need your 6 dragons and then you need to make that sacrifice to sever a connection of some kind, is what I'm thinking. This could just be dumb. It's very late at night. I managed to read 42 pages today, but I actually have to go to bed because I have to be at work actually in less than 7 hours, so that's a problem. But it is my last shift before I go on holiday, and then there's only 2 more days after that until I catch the train down to Sydney, so I have to finish this book in those 2 days. And you would think that 80 pages wouldn't be that hard, but apparently it's gonna be. But I did read 40 today, so hopefully I can read 40 on Saturday, 40 on Sunday, and finish this book. But I also feel like I'm gonna procrastinate it, but I also have a lot that I need to do, like packing wise. So they had the meeting where basically Melgrim and their mum is like, we need your help because there's a battle coming and we're gonna lose it, because he's able to like see the outcome of a battle. And then they're all like, get fucked and we're not helping you. And then Brennan decides to come out and their mum's like, so there was like a reunion and now she knows, but she also didn't get to talk to him at all. And I feel so bad for her because she keeps going to say like my daughters, but she can say my children now because, you know, she has a son again. But she's given Violet the other journal because they've gotten the wrong journal, because Warwick was being a dick and just lied about how to make the rewards happen, because he's like, I only want it for our land. So basically everyone in this fucking world is currently a dick or was a dick in the past. So we have to see how this goes, because this journal is in a language that she can't read. So we're gonna have to see how long this takes to translate, but I'm stressed. But it's also like, because of course they're gonna end up helping, because they're not gonna leave civilians on their own. But in 80 pages, is there enough time to bring the wards up, go help these people, and have Zayden become what he becomes? I don't think so, but I need to go to bed because I'm going to be already so tired. And I'm going to see Annie tomorrow as well, because this is a smaller production company that works in a Playhouse theatre in Civic, and there's literally like only room for like probably 100 people in that theatre, but it's so much fun because you just feel so close to the performances. But yes, I have to go to bed, but like things are happening. Like, I definitely am glad that I finally have started reading this book again, and this vlog is never going to be over. Oh my god, I leave for my holiday tomorrow to go to Sydney, and have I finished reading this book? No, I haven't. I have not. But it's like 70 something pages and I'm concerned. Like, I've read 6 pages this morning. I tried because I had a bit of time. I'm concerned that this vlog is going to go longer than it needs to, and it shouldn't be this hard. But it is. Like, I finished packing my suitcase and I just got to do like little things. Like, I'm about to paint my toenails, so I'm hoping that like, because I can't move, I'll be able to just sit here and read. That is the plan for a little bit anyway. And then like, I don't have that much more than I need to do. But, like, I'm washing stuff that's on the line that I'm wanting to put into my suitcase. I've just got to double check it all. Panic for about 4 days now because I'm just concerned. Like, I love traveling, but I hate this part of traveling because like, why is it that when you're at home, everything's easy? You know, you just, doesn't even matter if you don't use any of this shit ever. But when you travel, you just need so many more things than you do on a daily basis. But I'm gonna try. I don't know if it will happen. Ew, got some weird shit on my book. Do you see that? I don't know what that is. What in the fuck? Jack just killed his own dragon. Like, I knew he was a fucking dick, but like, that's just wrong. Like, did his dragon know he was gonna do that? Like, was it a surprise for the dragon? Because he can read his thoughts. Like, you know what your rider's thinking. And I did know that Jack was a venom, so this whole time since he's come back, I knew that he was coming. And it was so funny because like, I knew it before I knew this, but I knew that he would be back because people talked about how fucking annoying he was, and it was like, it wasn't enough in the first book. So I had my suspicions that he would come back, but then I heard that he was a venom, and that's why I was like, oh, okay, that's why he comes back. So I've been watching for signs of it. Like, I was very shocked when he saved Violet, but obviously that was for an ulterior motive of hopefully we find out soon. But I'm fucking shocked that he killed his own dragon. But to know that Nolan knew that he was one and didn't kill him just makes this guy way worse. Like, dude, you need to give this up. You need to be like protecting people, and they've just broken the wards. So now they're gonna be all like, oh, so there's wards at your bloody place that are actually working and we've fucked up everything. So I feel like there's gonna have to be a series of them working together for the foreseeable future. But at the moment, it's just gone to shit. This is why we don't go to places to defend people, because everything just goes wrong. Like, think about yourselves, people. You don't have to be valiant. Yeah, I've made it to 586 and like I'm slowly making it through. I have less than 40 pages to go. Like, it's 7 p.m. so I have time, but I also want to have like dinner and probably sit for a bit. But they're basically just like full out battling, and like, I didn't say this before, but I was kind of sad that Brennan didn't come with them, and they were all going off their own accord to try and save them, and the mum's there, so they're there trying to help a mum, and they're all like, hey, we want to work together with you. Like, we all have the same enemy, so we don't need to be fighting each other, let's just work together. And then obviously the whole issue with the wards being broken by Jack, but Brennan has turned up and now he's trying to mend the ward stone. So obviously Jessina is going to figure out how they're meant to do it, so they'll bring up the wards again before it gets too bad. There is communication between Melgrim, who is the general, because I never liked him, but like maybe it is going to be that situation of like, he's not going to be the villain, they're going to work together, there's a greater villain in the world, even though he's got the biggest dragon. Because I'm concerned that down the line there's going to be a fight between Cogrin and Tarn, or whatever his dragon is called, because like they're the big boys. But he's like 10 minutes out, but he's one of the only ones there because he's fastest. But I was actually kind of pleasantly surprised that he's actually come to help. Like, I know that his dragon's mate is there, so his dragon would definitely want to be there, but I thought he was just going to hold back and be like, fuck it. But maybe because the wards are gone, he's more invested in actually trying to stop this. So I'm wondering, is he going to die? Because that would be interesting if he was just gone, or if he's going to definitely like change the tide of this, because they've got their formations, they've got their sections that they're trying to save, but dragons are dropping and it's getting pretty bad. And like, Violet's getting really tired, but her aim's gotten so much better, and every time something happens I get stressed. Like, I did think we were gonna have a repeat of Liam, but then Rhiannon was fine. I just don't feel like there's enough left to like really cover this whole battle though. Like, there's just like, there's a lot going on right now. Oh my god, Sawyer's leg is just fucking gone. Oh my god, this is just too much, because she's literally, she's landed on Riddick's dragon, and then she's run across the Woven to then be on Sawyer's dragon, and Sawyer's just like barely alive because his leg's just gone. But damn, she'd made that running jump leap and landed it like a fucking pro. I'm so stressed, man. Like, Tarn's pissed at her because he's like the one thing, but she's trying to save friends, but they need to get him to a healer, and it... Okay, so obviously Violet nearly died, but then Adana came out last minute and just easily killed that Varnet, so that was a great scene. And now they're like just having a chill, like they're having a little rest in between the battle. But now that they're sitting there being like, you need the 6 and the 1, because I've always been wondering what this 7th thing is about. So like, there's only 6 type of dragons, so it's either going to be that Adana is a type of dragon that they haven't seen before, because she's going to be important. Like, she's going through her childhood and her phase, but she's going to end up being really important. Because I've been seeing people say that, you know, they lost the weapon 600 years ago, but then Adana didn't hatch for 600 years. So I wonder if she's meant to be this like powerful weapon, like, you know, Tarn's the big like power, but then she might end up being something. But also I'm wondering, it's either she's gonna help make the wards, or the 7th has to be a Venom, because I'm just trying to figure it out, because I have less than 20 pages to go. I'm nearly done. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna finish this book tonight, and then I don't have to stress. But Xaden's either gonna become Venom to save Violet, or he's gonna do it to make the ward, because she knows how to do it now, but she's not saying. I feel like she's either gonna do it and then he's gonna jump in to make sure that she doesn't become Venom, or she's gonna nearly die. But as I said, there's 20 pages left. There's not enough time to figure this out. So like, is it just gonna just be drum-bopped on you, or has he already done it? But Adana's still okay. I miss her being golden though. Like, I understand why she has to have black scales, because it was like a baby golden thing, but she was so cute when she was so little. But I'm just like not happy about things. It's just hard. And I feel like the next book's gonna kind of like pick up in the aftermath of this battle. Not keen. Oh my god, so much is happening in this scene. So I was right, Adana is a 7th breed, so she's just a fucking extra breed. That's exciting. And I feel like I knew about the 600-year thing before she's talked about it, so maybe I probably saw something on TikTok and it's just blended in with everything. But like, the way that she actually waited for Violet to be born to then be like, yep, I'm gonna go bond with this chick because she sounds cool. Like, how do you hear about it in the egg? I assume they come from eggs. I don't actually know. But now Violet is expelling all of her energy into imbuing the stone, and she's gonna die, and Tarn's there like, don't do this, because if you die, I'm going with you. I promised. I said you would be my last rider, so I'm not doing this shit again. So he's going down with her. I don't know if Adana can, because I feel like she would live on, because she's only bonded once before. And like when she said that she wanted to look like Tarn, so that's why she made her scales black, like kill me with the cuteness. But now I think her mum's gonna fucking sacrifice herself, and it's like she was so annoying, but she just cares about her children so much. Like I'm stressed. I'm very stressed about this, and there's only like 10 pages left. Like how is this gonna end? I have a feeling that Xaden became Varnin beforehand, and he's gonna be like, ooh, I just did this because I had to. Like Mama Sorrengail definitely redeemed herself. Like she definitely wasn't a villain. Like had to be a bloody bitch most of the time because she couldn't show favoritism to her children, but I do really appreciate that when it came down to it, she would protect her children above anything else. But that was so sad because like her trying to get Sloane angry to make her siphon the magic from her to put it into a stone was actually so sad, because she's like, I killed your mother and I'm the reason your brother died and all these bad things. Then Sloane didn't want to do it. Like Sloane's a very interesting character because she was so hateful at first, but she's very much grown as a person, and her ability is going to be hopefully used for more than just this scenario. But now Xaden's like dying, so I do believe Xaden would be one to become a Ven and to not die. I thought he would just let himself go because he's got like morals, so why? But at least the wards are up, that's a good thing. God, it's done. I finally finished. This vlog can end. You don't have to be here anymore. I knew that he turned. Like that was one of the big things that got spoiled for me. I was so pissed off 4 months ago when I found this out, but now I'm actually quite intrigued. Like I know that it's a cliffhanger and we don't know where it's going to go, but it's very interesting that Xaden isn't any different. Like his eyes are starting to get red rimmed, and obviously the more power he steals, the more advanced it's going to be. So it's going to be kind of like he's going to crave it and want to do that. So I'm very curious to see how this is going to go, because they clearly are going to know from his eyes that he's turned. So are they going to like lock him up, or is it going to be a situation where he's just going to be like business as usual, and then he's going to start having moments where he starts to do more evil things and Violet's going to start getting concerned? Like I wonder if it's going to be like a slow development of this, or if it's suddenly going to be like, he's killing people and he's on their side. So it's going to be hard too, because Violet's going to have to like watch him become an evil version of himself who wants to kill her. Like I don't understand how this is going to happen. Like it's great to finally have all the context or the story. It ended very quickly though. Like the battle was going for so long, and then it was kind of like, oh, we fixed it, the wards are up. Okay, but like I don't know, like there's questions clearly, but it's like, when are we going to find out about Violet's second signet? When are we going to see Adana do more things? Like obviously there's just a lot to happen. But I also have no idea where the direction of the story is going to be, because now that they brought up the wards, they're going to work together, and obviously there's going to be a higher up mage that they need to fight, unless Xaden becomes the villain of the story. I don't know. But I hope you enjoyed the vlog. I have no idea how long it is because I have not looked at how many clips I've actually filmed. They're just going to be chilling. At least the book is finally finished, and now I have to wait like what, 6 months to read the third one. But anyway guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.